This week we will cover strategic knowledge and affective factors. This week you will be administering surveys to your student and his or her parent or caregiver. It's important to note that interviews, inventories, and questionnaires are all types of surveys. If you are working with a child who is in 1st through 6th grade, the first assessment or survey you will administer is the Elementary Reading Attitude Survey. It is a normed survey. Please read over the information provided on how the survey was normed. Follow the instructions for scoring the Elementary Reading Attitude Survey carefully. This survey has 20 questions featuring the Garfield cartoon character. Questions 1 through 10 deal with reading at home or for fun. Questions 11 through 20 address academic reading. It doesn't matter if the student reads the questions or if you do. Since the student is not being assessed on their reading abilities, it's fine for you to read the questions. The child will circle the Garfield picture that most suits how they feel about the question. It's fine if you need to clarify some of the questions for the child. After administering the assessment, put it away and go on to the next survey. You can score it later when the child has gone home. If you are working with a student who is in 7th grade or above, you will administer the Adolescent Reading Attitudes Survey, which is also found in your textbook. Attitude toward reading is very important. We know that students must practice their reading skills or practice reading to become better readers. If the child has a poor attitude toward reading, they are unlikely to read, and their reading skills will not develop and make progress the way they would if they were reading. The second assessment for this week is the interest inventory. It will help you get to know the student's likes and dislikes. This will aid you in making recommendations for your student. It's okay to read the interest inventory to the child. You may explain anything that is not understood. It can be administered in a conversational way. Another of this week's surveys is the Parent Survey, which is designed to help you understand literacy as it is present in the child's home. You may add more questions if there are some not on the survey that you would like to have answered in order to make better decisions, especially related to instructional recommendations. This is also a good time to talk to the parent, and you should get the permission slip signed. Once the parent or guardian has signed the permission slip, scan it or take a digital photograph of it. It needs to be inserted into your report as the last page. The Burke reading interview is used to gain information from the child concerning strategies he or she knows to use when encountering unknown words. It's helpful for the teacher to have this information so that the child can receive further support in learning additional skills. This assessment is given one-to-one and was designed for students in the lower grade levels. The Awareness of Purposes interview was developed for older students. You must decide based on grade level which is appropriate for your student. Here are some important considerations for writing recommendations for your student. The next 2 slides are an overview of your second report. Here are some reminders for your report on strategic knowledge and affective factors.